Okay, I think we are live from the reading office here with myself and one of the dogs over on the side here. You can't see him, but he's here. So if you are hearing some strange noises, that's probably not me, but that's him yawning and such. Yeah, so this is a hidden hangout, and a shout out to Matthias Treeman, who started the hidden hangouts, as far as I know, here on YouTube. And there are some rules that applies to these hidden hangouts, and I'll get into that very soon. I won't go on and on about it, but it seems like I need to repeat those guidelines, if you will. Let's see how it goes this time. Um, it seems like when I do these hidden hangouts, when the Americans are sleeping, uh, I, it seems to help. But um, I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm just saying this how it is. So okay. Um, um, we have some Americans here already. That's awesome. So first and foremost, a few other pieces of information. Um, Before we get started, there is a donation option here. I started that donation a few days ago, and I set the target at $500 and a time period of 1 month, and we reached a target of $500 in 3 days, which is awesome. The fundraiser is still ongoing, so you can uh, donate some money there. And I want also to say a few words about. I had some people on my in the comments section on my video. That was yesterday on my main channel, because in that video I'm frying up some bacon. And I had some people saying that I shouldn't do that because are you aware that bacon used to be an animal? Um, yes, I know actually where bacon comes from. So I feel that it is my right to donate money and do fundraisers for animal charities, even though I'm not a vegan or vegetarian. I feel that there are lots of problems with industrial farming, but I have to eat. I don't do well with plant-based food at all. And I could prove this to you, but I won't get into details here. But I am much healthier with an animal based diet, much like my dogs. So, what else is there? Yeah, also, there is a development here on YouTube, um, and I'm just giving you a heads up because some of you have your own YouTube channels, and it kind of affects me in a way negatively. Um, YouTube is now expecting us creators to upload not only daily, which is a bit too much if you ask me, but several times every day. Now, I don't know about you, but if I subscribe to a channel and I get notifications like several times a day, I tend to unsubscribe because it's just too much. Okay. I know I have been doing live streams twice a day, some days here on this channel, but I have three channels, so it's kind of spread out. This is my live streaming channel, and on my main channel, I don't really do live streams except for members. Um, and, you know, it's a burnout machine at this point, YouTube. So if you're going to cater to the algorithm and what they want you to do, yes, Lord Solar says WTF, gonna get burnt out. Yes, of course. So they are trying to be TikTok. Now, I've never been on TikTok, but I've seen some clips from TikTok here on YouTube, and I think it's horrible. I think it's truly horrible. This short format thing, um, it's not for me. You have to remember, I'm a novelist. I spend like 2 years writing a book. I'm not going to be your short format guy making less than 60-second videos. That's not me. And if that's where they are heading, I think first of all they are making a big, big mistake, and I'm not going to be part of that. So, yeah, yeah, it's idiocracy, absolutely. Um, Absolutely. YouTube, high quality videos takes time, says Jake T. Spark. Now, yeah, Al Einstein says you should try dancing. Yeah, that's what they do in these TikTok videos. They dance and it's just stupid. Well, if you're like 13 years old, maybe it's fun. But most of my viewers are 40 years plus, actually. um, and I'm not going to jump onto this new fad, is that the word, and be part of that. And at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I'm not going to, and I wouldn't enjoy making silly short videos several times a day. I don't have time for that. I don't have that's it's not interesting artistically for me to do that. As I said, I'm a novelist, so you can't expect me to be a short format guy. I spent 2 days, 2 days. That would be awesome. 2 days to write a novel. No, 2 years. 2 years. So let's get into the hidden stuff here. Hidden hangouts. Matthias Treeman, he has a channel, and as far as I know, he started the hidden hangouts. He's been occupied. He's been busy for quite some time with work, and but he's back now making videos on his channel. And he got the same reaction as I usually do here. Now, when I started doing hidden hangouts, I said that everyone is welcome. If you're a Christian, of course you're welcome. I still say that. Everyone is welcome. But it got to the point where these people, they almost took over the chat in the live stream with Bible quotes, saying that I'm going to hell, saying that I'm a bad father because I'm not a Christian, saying all these horrible things. And quite frankly, these people, they don't really have any manners. Um, Berserker Gang 2019 is here. Um, Good to see you as always. So yeah, it became a problem. So at this point, I will remove comments if I see them, and chat comments if I see them with where people are, keep your Christianity out of this, okay? Because this is not the place for that. It clearly says in the title, Hidden Hangout. Um, so it shouldn't be difficult. It really should be, it should be very easy to grasp that concept. Okay, I wouldn't go into a church during their what's it called, prayer, or when they are there, and start talking about Odin, for instance. I wouldn't do that. It would be uh, wrong. Okay, so so yeah, and Bon Evers, I appreciate that you take the time to come here, but no, no. You see, Odin is not God. Um, the Christian God is very different from Odin. Okay, so this is another thing I get a lot. It's the same. It's the same. And I was expecting this. I'm not trying to cut you down here, but I get it a lot. And no, no, there are so many huge differences in the teachings, that you really can't say that with any credibility. Now, um, the Christian God is, to me, it's a false God, if you will. It's a lie. It's not true. It's a delusion, and this is this is important for people to grasp. Okay, I'm saying I'm tolerant towards Christians. Of course, I would be a horrible person if I wasn't tolerant towards people, as long as they're not behaving like morons. But you know, um, okay, and are we getting started? No, I think we're good. You know, okay. I'm just going through here. I'm sorry, this is boring to you guys, but okay. Um, so, okay, let's get into the matter. We, as heathens, we are the ancient ones. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we are we come from a long line of people who were connected with nature on a much deeper level than people were in, the post-Christian times. So I live in Norway, and we have had Christianity here for, most people would say about 800 years, effectively, around 800 years. Officially Norway was Christianed, made Christian, um, 1,000 years ago, about 1,000 years ago, but it didn't really stick, only on paper, as they say, you know. But um, it's a recent, it's a young religion here. Okay, so it's just that if you look at the history of the peoples who've been living here, or in Northern Europe, but especially in Scandinavia, Norway, and Sweden, this one God thing, it's a recent thing. It's not part of, it's really, it has become part of our culture, but to a much lesser degree than most people think. Most of our culture is still influenced by and shaped by pre-Christian times, and our attitudes and our behavior to some extent as well. Um, it's important to understand that we as heathens, we connect to our ancestors and the ancient ones. Um, and it's funny when people call us New Age, and all that. It's ironic, because there is nothing new about it. It is a very old thing. It's ancient, and I I have a lot of pride because of the fact that I am part of that long line of culture and understanding of ourselves, of life and nature, our place in nature, that was kind of interrupted for a few hundred years, but we never really forgot it. And I think in this part of the world, it's because you see it everywhere, not only because of the grave mounds and because of the carvings in the bedrock, and so on. But it is everywhere. It never went away, you know. Um, so and also I think it's a much more natural thing. It's a much more natural belief system. I remember when I was a child, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and Norway was, the Norwegian school system was Christian. We were taken, to church, not right like every week or anything like that, but at Christmas, which we call Jul here, and uh, was it? I can't remember if it was at other times of the year as well. We had a Christian teacher, and she was very nice, but it was all about Jesus and all that. And in church, I was told that, I'm a sinner. Um, and when you when you stand there as a priest under an image of someone who was nailed to a piece of wood, and you're telling little kids that they are sinners, that they were born sinners, it really isn't very nice, is it? And it really isn't. But it's very Christian. It's right at the heart, at the core of Christianity. I didn't know what sin was, um, and to this day, I'm 50 now. So to this day, sin has never been a meaningful concept for me. Never. ever, and it never will be. So I understood from a very early age, actually, that my connections with who we are, the identity, the Norse identity, goes back to ancient times, and that understanding came through reading what most people call the Norse myths, the stories, fairy tales, and all that, about uh, the gods and heroes and goddesses of the heathens or the pagans. Um, and and I'm very grateful that we had that kind of literature in the house. So it was I was fortunate in that way, because I grew up in a non-religious home. Um, Christianity was never really a topic that we discussed, but we did have these books about the Norse gods and goddesses and deities and heroes and all that. So that was the way I I managed to connect with the ancestors, if you will, not like like talking to the ancestors, not like that, but in a spiritual way, if you will. So yeah, you know, it's and also as someone, and it's a bit personal. I don't know if this is interesting to you at all, but I I've always been extremely, interested in reading, gaining knowledge, understanding, and so on. And I read all the time. So, and to me, the one God concept. You have the God here, and you have the king. There's a direct channel there, and there are some priests. They have a direct channel as well, and they are telling us what to do, how to behave, and so on. That model, it's silly to me. Well, it makes sense if you want to subjugate people, of course, but I don't like that. But the Norse belief system, and I'm using belief system because I feel we don't really have any good word for what it is anymore. Um, but it goes hand in hand with science. Now, I'm sure there are people out there who believe that there's a one-eyed old man with a long beard sitting in his throne up in Valhalla. It's To me, I don't. That would be very cool. I hope for that, but it's not like I think that it's like in those stories, literally. That that it that's not hedonism. Okay, that would be no, that's not what it is. The principles and the understandings are so intelligent that to this day, now that we have all this knowledge about how the world works through the sciences, physics, chemistry, and all that, there is nothing in that, in the Norse heathen belief system, that contradicts science. So to me, that's a big part of it. You know, um, it goes hand in hand with science, I should say, which tells a lot about the intelligence and the insight of our ancestors, how well they understood nature. And I think that it is interesting. How do they arrive at such an understanding of the world around them? They must have been extremely intelligent. We can assume that they were quite intelligent, probably more intelligent than we are today. um, because they were at the forefront of technology with the tools that they had, with the resources that they had. They were right at the forefront of technology at that time in this part of the world, in this climate. So um, some say that, well, it has to do with their diet. Um, they had they didn't really have hunger like in other parts of the world. Of course, life was hard and all that, but they had, in general, they usually had access to very healthy food, a lot of fish, and that we know that that develops your brain. So it's bit of a sidetrack there, um, but it's interesting if when you start looking into it, it all makes sense. So we are no new age movement. Uh, Actually, we as pagans or heathens, we tend to ironically, not ironically, but we tend to call Christianity for, we call it New Age, actually. We do sometimes. And it's, um, let's see here. Funky Prepper is there. Good to see you. Yeah, a thumbs up always helps. Um, so yeah, I forgot what I was saying now, but yeah, we are directly connected to the past, to the ancient ones, as heathens. Now, I don't really like the word heathen so much because it's not our word. I could say Osatru, but it wouldn't really, I would get a million questions. What are you saying? What are you saying? So I need to use a word that makes people understand what I'm talking about. Some people say pagan. And I don't know. I feel that it has become a little bit dogmatic, uh, somewhat. So I use pagan and heathen both, but I prefer heathen. But none of them are good words for what we are. I would say. Um, so okay. Just looking at the comments there. Where to find a pagan wife? I don't know. um, I don't know. They are more fun, though. um, so, do you believe in multiple gods? That's an interesting question. For first of all, what is a god? What is a god? Can you define that? Um, it's not so easy to define it, you know. But to me, the gods are representations of forces in nature, and not only that, but also features in that we have as human beings. They are in themselves powerful symbols, so powerful that it's very difficult to explain, but I have sort of moved through, not through, but I connected more with a couple of other Norse gods, but for the last few years it's been Odin, and I think it has to do with age, my age, and as a novelist, I'm constantly researching things. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly trying to gain wisdom, which is what Odin is all about. You know, one of the features of Odin that makes him extremely, which sets him apart, makes him different from the Christian God, um, because Odin, through self-sacrifice, he he got the runes and he gave the runes to us human beings. They are a representation of wisdom. So he wanted us to have that wisdom, while the Christian God punished Adam and Eve for eating that apple, and through that losing their, as it says in that Christian mythology story, they're losing their innocence and gaining wisdom through that. Um, so I'm just going through here to see if the band hammer is. I should have a hammer here. The band hammer is, that's me. You know. Yeah, some are borderline. Some comments are borderline on what I tolerate here. But if they are borderline, I guess it's okay. Uh, okay. So, okay. Enough of that. So I think that it is time that we start using our voice as heathens, as pagans. We and I can take criticism on this myself. I will absolutely I will take criticism on this, because I've been far too silent about this. I've been far too tolerant towards people who are really trying to kill our way, our destroy our lifestyle and way of life. Um, we as heathens need to speak up. Um, we are tolerant, but we shouldn't be too tolerant. Okay. Um, I mean, Scandinavia. I'm seeing these videos. YouTube is promoting so many of these stupid, silly Christian videos. There's one. What's it called? Prager, 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 Dager, Prager, Dager, something like that. University. It's not a university. It, and it's like these people. I mean, I have no tolerance left for these people, so I'm going to call them out when they come there with their silly stuff, their silly, silly stuff. So um, we need to be more vocal about this. We need to stand up straight. I know you are already doing that, but stand up straight and call these people out. It's enough now. Okay, we are proud as heathens, and we need to show that pride. Prager you, yeah. It's so effing stupid. um. So okay, I forgot what I was going to say now. Okay. So okay, we have, yes, we have this religious, this Christian. Now I've said it a million times. You can be Christian. That's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not going to try to convert you to also through. And you can. I mean, I don't care. It's fine. It's totally fine. But I'm also, I lose like a few hundred subscribers every time I do this. But that's fine as well. I don't care. I honestly don't care. But so here's the story. We have this organization where I live. Um, they are, it's a Christian organization, and they have these youth clubs. You can come there as a kid and play. I don't know. They have some games in there, and it's a house. It's local here. Um, my kids were never allowed to go there because they all the friends were going there, and but at the end of all the play, they have to hold hands and pray to Jesus, which is wrong. um, and they are using this. They have these games and so on to get the kids there, and then they try to convert them to Christianity. So it's a house nearby, and my plan is to go and carve the figure of Odin in one of the trees there. um just kidding. um I can't do that because it's privately owned land. So that would be vandalism, I guess. But yeah, it's brainwashing. If you're I don't push my beliefs on my kids. Values, yes. Morals, yes. But not religion. No, no, no. That's for them to decide. Um, and you know, I really hate it. And I remember when they established themselves here many years ago. My kids were in school here, and at the 17th of May, that's the Norwegian National Day. Uh, they were up at the school there having a speech arranged by the school. And that's an event when you celebrate the nation of Norway and all that. So I felt that was wrong. Why were they there? So um, yeah, well, I'd like to see some statistics on that because, with respect, I don't think that's a statistic you're referring to there at all. Okay. Yes, yes. Oh no, Sophia, thanks a lot. Now I remember what I was going to talk about here. Sophia says heathens are in the USA also. I'm one. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yes, because I've seen videos and promoted here on YouTube. Uh, the most non-religious countries on the planet, and how Scandinavia lost their religion, and so on. That's wrong. Norway, well, Scandinavia didn't lose their religion. Well, we almost did. But these videos, and they are talking about how we less and less people here are Christians. Okay, so and that's what they mean when they say they are losing their religion. Well, we're not. No, we are finding our true religion that belongs to this part of the world. Also true is gaining ground. Also true, if you didn't know, is the Norse heathen or pagan belief system. When I say heathen, that's what I'm referring to mostly. And if these people had cared looking into it, they would have found that, if anything, Scandinavians are finding religion, not losing it. So I feel that's important to mention. Um, yeah, I was in Poland in the woods there not so long ago, and I was walking in the woods there, and I found a hidden a place of worship there. That was in the woods there. That was beautiful, you know. So I think it's gaining ground in all of Northern Europe, Eastern Europe, and in the states of America, the United States of America as well. Um, so yeah, let's see here. Yeah, another thing about the growth of, is it right to say evangelism? Is that a more correct word than Christians? When I'm talking about these people who will never shut up um, about their religion. So evangelists, is that the right word? I don't know. I learned recently, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the churches, the big churches in America, they don't pay tax. Is that correct? I've looked a little bit into it, and these churches are they are it's big business. So if I'm correct on that, um, and they don't pay tax, well, I can see why it's gaining ground, because if I was an investor without any morals, I would probably get into that business. Yeah, that's crazy. That is insane. That's insane, you know. Um, and I see some of these people. They're standing there in their these pastors standing there in their expensive suits, um, and uh, and you can donate money. You know, that's Please tell me that all of you guys, you can see that it's a scam. Um, it's so obvious. Um, yeah, well, okay, Jordan Peterson. Yeah, well, Jordan Peterson has been a big disappointment lately. His stance on drugs, his stance on is becoming uh, no, he had a very valuable voice, but now I don't know what happened there, but it's not good, you know. Um, and I've completely lost interest in what he is saying. Um, I'm sorry. A lot of you guys maybe you think he's great, but he was. I think he helped a lot of people. Absolutely. Um, let's see here. Yeah, North Shore preparedness. There isn't any one god out there that needs our money. Yes, exactly. And good to see you, by the way. It's that's a there's a term for that. It's a giveaway. No, not giveaway. It's a sign of something's wrong. Okay, when they ask for your money, uh, it's I have no problem respecting Christianity if it's used as a positive thing. And very often it is. So that's great. And I've spoken to many Christians who have this wonderful understanding of nature. So it, it there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. But when these churches they want your money and all that. No, it's no, no, it's wrong. So um, let's see here. Red flag, is that what you say? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to end the live stream very soon now. You know, I'm, I will end with a little story um, about my father. Well, my father was into real estate and he owned a building. And the local church once asked him if he could have like a big sign, and it this was many years ago, um, and it would be a sort of sign where they would adjust. I don't know if it was a cross or just a meter where you could see how much had been donated to the church. So, they would probably then adjust the red line going up or something like that on the sign. And he said, no, not in a million years. Because he felt that if you're going to donate money to people who really needs it, or an animal charity, you know. So um, AST Anarcho says there is God and there are gods. I don't know what you mean. sounds like it's borderline. It's Banhammer borderline, but I'll leave it there, okay? So yeah, that wasn't much of a story. I understand that. It wasn't. I just wanted to mention it, okay? Um, yeah, there's a just suggestion here for another channel. I things will make more sense. I think things make a lot of sense. So I don't need to check out that channel. Um, yeah, well, no, I'll be nice. I'll be nice because I haven't had any of these Bible bullies here. Um, I am so I'll be nice, and it's more like when we do get them here, I get annoyed and then I ban a lot of people. So uh, yeah, well, okay, yeah, it's too early for the Bible bullies, I guess. Yeah, okay. Everyone's well behaved tonight. Well, it's morning here, and I haven't had my breakfast. I woke up at 4 a.m. and that's big. I'm used to that, but now I have entered. I'm working less now, so um, let's see here. Matthew, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Um, yeah, so I woke up at 4. I fell asleep on the sofa, and my neck is aching, and but anyway, I'm still used. I'm trying to. I will try to sleep more. But it's a habit, so it's not so easy. Still got a headache, but I'll have some. I'll have a steak for breakfast, I believe. Um, so that will make things better. Um, so what's happening here now? Are we getting trolls here now? Uh, AST Anacho says take it or leave it. I'll scroll up. Yeah, okay. I don't have time for that. But it's borderline. It's borderline now. Steak, rum, breakfast. No, steak for breakfast. Yeah, it is expensive, but the health benefits are awesome. Yeah. I don't believe in grain and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I do drink. I do drink water. Thanks for reminding me. Um, here's a synth gunner. How about Scandinavia? They have guns there. No, you see, like 20 years ago, the government said that we can't have people having guns. So we all went to these makeshift offices, governmental offices. We handed in our guns, and we said, I'm really sorry that I had a gun. So we are totally defenseless here. We can't do anything if the government decides to be nasty. We can't defend ourselves. There are no guns in Norway at all, but we are allowed to have um, what do you call it? The thing you make when you're a kid. You have this with a elastic band and a rock. That's what we can have that here. Um, so no, nobody has guns in Norway. Slingshot, yes, but it can't be too. We also need to go to those offices to get them approved and registered, and that's how it works here. We don't have a Second Amendment like in the USA, so it's the same actually in the entire rest of the world. Actually, there are only 11 guns in private ownership in the whole of Europe. They are in collection in Hungary. So yeah, um, bows, we can have bows if they are broken. So yes, that's Synth Gunner. I'm sorry. That was all a joke. I hope you. That was all a joke. I actually posted on the under the community tab here the statistics on guns. I think out of the five most top 10 countries when it comes to firearms, five out of those countries are European. And Sweden and Finland are among the top five. Norway is number 11, actually, so not so high up, but yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It was a joke, but I get it a lot because people seem to think that we don't have guns here. Um, so we have guns. A lot of people here have guns. Not like machine guns. I don't know anything about guns, but they're hunting weapons. That's because that's what we have here. Um, no, hunting with a crossbow or a bow is not legal in Norway. Um, yeah, and in Sweden, yeah, I guess there are lots of illegal guns in those gangs there in like Malmö and so on. At least that's what I've heard. Um, yeah, when it comes to hunting here, it's a bit of a problem actually because yeah, I won't get into that now, but let me just say that you know um, the local boys here are not behaving responsibly. Okay, and that is one of the reasons why we are looking at getting out of this place and moving, because the next time they fire their guns in my direction with on purpose, Um, I guess I've said this before, but um, it's it's not going to end well. There's going to be people will get injured. You know, and I know myself. I'm not a violent person, but I've had enough. So, and these people, they are this big to me, this big, this big, and my respect for them are like this much. So, yeah, I would go berserker on them, completely if that happens again, and we don't want that to happen. So, yeah, um, okay. So that's all for now. Uh, yeah, the police don't care. No, the police don't care, which is the case here with most things, I guess. Um, but here's the thing. Just to be blunt about it, if these people do that again, if they try to pull that off again, I'm going to beat them into a bloody pulp. Okay, I'm just going. I'll just say it. That's how it is, and I know this because the last time it happened, my reaction was my reaction. I know myself, so I don't want that to happen. But I got very scared. I got very scared, and if it happens again, I'm afraid that's going to be the outcome. These are unfit, untrained people. They So, and I'm not. So, you know, that will be the outcome of it. And I'm sorry to put it that way. And it might sound as an extreme response to some of you, but you need to understand these people are firing their guns right behind me to scare me. Okay. And I'm just walking the dogs up on the path here, the walking path. You have no idea how bad it is here. It is really, really, really bad. I'm not going to tolerate that anymore. Um, and I probably shouldn't say this, but it is the truth. That's what's going to happen. Uh, and yeah, I'm sorry. It's just how it is. Yeah, it wouldn't be much about protecting myself because you know I would be chasing them. It says here Norwegians are so calm until they're not and rage. Yeah, it is true. Not with everyone, but I've seen some. The most terrifying people I know are actually Norwegians. And there are two kinds of Norwegians, for your information. You have the outgoing Norwegians. They will be, they are much like other people, like normal people. And you will always tell what they're going to do. You can always tell what they're going to do and how they feel and so on. And you have the more introvert people here. Um, there is something wrong with the Norwegian psyche. I think we are very vengeful, very, um, and and you have these stories here where people, they start arguing at the party and so on, and you will have one guy getting back to his home, getting an axe, going back to the party and hitting the other guy with the axe. It takes a little bit of resolution, I think, and to do that. It's not like a typical thing, but it has happened. um it happened quite a few times. Yeah, maybe it's a Scandinavian thing. Maybe it's a Scandinavian thing. And yeah. So let's just hope nothing like that happens. It's not nice. It's just something you want to stay out of. um it's not it's I wasn't going to talk about this, but hunting season will start in a few weeks now. And when it starts, I can't walk in the woods here. um so well, I take it back a little bit. I think maybe the English are as bad, actually. Um, the English and the Scandinavians. Well, maybe it's a DNA thing in the DNA, because we have sort of the same DNA. Um, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, yeah. I'm just staying out of that area during all those months of hunting. So okay, yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for joining, and hopefully you will still be here. Not you will not unsubscribe, and I'll see you in the next live stream. And do check out my video on the main channel, that one that I uploaded yesterday. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.